all this Astron Energy Polo Cup and Volkswagen Rookie Cup action. It's proudly brought to you by Astron Energy, Volkswagen Motorsport, Dunlop Tires. Killarney International Raceway sees the start of the seasons for the Volkswagen Rookie Cup and Astron Energy Polo Cup as they join all the competitors at the Extreme Festival, proudly presented now by Coca-Cola Beverages South Africa. After an incredible season last year, it looks like there's going to be more of the same. And when I say more of the same, more drivers and some new drivers joining the Volkswagen Rookie Cup for the very first time. And they're looking forward to going to battle. And it's going to be a 10-lapper here to kick things off for 2025. Azar Khan will be the man to catch. He will, of course, have slightly more experience than most of the drivers, other than Josh Moore. But looks like they're going to be in for a bit of a fight as they start things out, heading down in towards turn one. Around the outside there, that's Berlin Robertson. Her sister, of course, is in the Polo Cup, and we'll catch up with her a bit later on. But a great start, nonetheless, to the young lady's career there in an incredible class of Volkswagen Polos. Polo Cup has definitely got a stepping stone now of note, and with 8 drivers involved this season. Oh, a little spin. Luke Corbett getting a little bit out of shape there, out of Cashel corner, not quite getting the start he wanted. But how's the start coming out of Fiorotto and out of Mauro Deleuze? These two are going at it, and the 33 car there of Deleuze hangs on for now. But it's Fiorotto who's applying massive amounts of pressure. Giovanni is all over the back of him and looking for a way through early on. They come through Sorrel Sweep, almost stuck together there as they get into that back straightaway now. This is where the slipstream might come into play, particularly for these cars, because they are all evenly matched. They are being coached this year as we see a big move. Oh, great move there coming from the 7 car as Giovanni has a look on the inside of the 33 machine. And does he make it stick? He runs high and wide out of the bank corner at turn 5, allowing the number 33 to come back at him. Mauro Deleuze is now side by side with him as he comes across the line. Absolutely lightning quick start there from the two of them. Tate sitting there down in 4th place waiting to pick things up, and then behind that looks like it's going to be possibly Josh Moore and Luke Hill fighting there. Berlin Robinson's dropped back ever so slightly. Oh, problems down in turn 1. Oh, almost a little touch there. I think there might have actually been a touch between Deleuze and Fiorotto. Fiorotto has managed to hang in there. There you can see the replay. Yeah, just a little tag between the two cars, and the 33 car unfortunately coming off worst for wear. He ends up in the kiddie litter, allowing this man, Azar Khan, to now lead the pack ahead of Fiorotto. Fiorotto's closed up slightly, but I think that was due to the fact that we saw Azar Khan maybe roll out ever so slightly on the last lap. Across the line, it is Azar Khan who takes the first victory of 2025, beating out Giovanni Fiorotto and Christopher Tate coming through there for 3rd place. Josh Moore hanging on for 5th, and a good effort there from Luke Hill.
Yeah, really good drive. Started on pole, finished first. Simple.
As we head into race 2, remember these drivers are all going to be under the coaching of some of South Africa's finest front-wheel drive pilots, and of course multiple SA champions in the newly crowned Super Cup champion, and of course a man who's been with Volkswagen for a long time, Jonathan Mahotsi. Joining Daniel Rowe, Matt Merton and Bad Brad Liebenberg, they're all going to be under the auspices of those 4 coaches for 2025, and that'll give them an opportunity to get up close and personal. There are no coaches on the track this year, as we saw in the previous season. That's given an opportunity to a couple more drivers to join this pack, and as you can see, joining the pack is not an easy thing to do. Back of the pack there, you see the number 5-7 there of Luke Hill. Didn't quite get the start he wanted, but he'll start to make up some ground now as we get into the thick of it for the very first time. Heading up towards turn 2, let's have a look and see who's at the front end. Looks like once again a big battle going to be resuming there between Azar Khan and the 7 car of Fiorotto. But look out for Christopher Tate to join that party as well as they come through now to the kink, heading down to Damstip. A little bit of touching on the dirt there. Those Dunlops do not like dirt. Keep them on the black stuff, girls and boys. That's the way they like to go to battle. Keep them on the black stuff. That's where they're intended to be, and that's where they work the best as they head up the short straight towards Sorrel Sweep. There are 4 cars so evenly matched, but all 8 cars are actually so evenly matched in this category. All the coaches have put work in to ensure that they are within a couple of hundredths of a second of each other in terms of the setup on these cars. Setting up for a move here down towards turn 5, late braking, locking up. That's not what you want to be doing. Oh, what a touch! There you go. Welcome to Rookie Cup. Little touch there between the top 3 drivers, and you can see it's got a little bit out of hand. Let's see what happens as they come across the line. Who's actually going to be at the front end? There was a huge battle in between Deleuze, Fiorotto and Tate. Uzair Khan in there as well. See what happens if he gets to the back end and makes his way back to the front. It's not going to be an easy thing to do, that's for sure. Luke Hill has certainly joined the party. He's just onto the back now of those first 4 cars and making it a 5-way battle for the lead. There you go. Once again, a look at the replay of the action down in towards turn 2. And you can see just a little tap. That's all it took to get the car out of shape. And Khan going to the back end of the pack there slightly. So now he's got some work to do. Now as they head down towards Cape Town corner, there are 3 cars in the slipstream. Can anybody use that slipstream to good benefit? Not quite yet, no. Losing out though, running high and wide is the 4-3 car of Christopher Tate. He's going to be forced wide. Dive on the inside, he goes on the dirty stuff. Oh, it's getting real at the front end there. Deleuze forcing his way through. And Giovanni Ferrotto jumping in there as well to join the party. What a run. Mauro Deleuze just getting through there ahead of Giovanni Ferrotto. And Luke Hill just squeezing through there as well. But incredibly, that was due to, of course, a little bit of action off track as well. But you can see Mauro Deleuze taking the first victory in his first time out for Volkswagen Rookie Cup.
So first race, I made a silly mistake. I'd braked myself and spun out first corner. Luckily, came back second race, started 4th. I'm very, very proud of myself. Yeah, I couldn't really have asked for a better comeback. So yeah.
Let's have a look at the championship points. Fiorotto leads up by 1 point ahead of Uzair Khan. Deleuze in 3rd place. How tight you want it after only 2 races. Up next, Astron Energy Polo Cup. With the number 1 plate up for grabs as Jason Newsmore, last year's champion, has moved on to Volkswagen Motorsports Super Cup team. He'll be looking to take that championship. It means that there is a wide open gap here for a whole bunch of competitors to possibly steal the number 1 plate for the 28th running of this incredible championship as Polo Cup, the longest standing single make championship, I think, in a lot of countries and possibly even in the world. It's certainly been a long time here in South Africa. Ethan Coetzee has been around for a while, and his teammate Mo Kurodia was at the front end as well during qualifying, but it was Tyler Robinson who incredibly came through and became only the 2nd lady ever to put it onto pole position in a Polo Cup championship round. Great effort there from the Team Red and AF Fans car. She's ahead of Rory Atkinson and Srin Rajpal. A great effort there from him as well, the rookie, right up in that top 3. Having a look at they qualified a little bit further down there, John Kruger was top end of the field in terms of the Masters, and look out for a battle between them now as we head into Super Pole.
I'm actually stoked. Honestly, it was the personal goal to get into Super Pole. I'm actually glad I got it. I'm so happy. Cars are way different in VW Challenge. Yes, national racing, the stress going into qualifying. Even now I'm so jittery and stuff like that there, but yeah, it's good.
Well, it feels pretty good, I must tell you. I hope I can convert it in Super Pole to another pole lap and then take over all pole. I know I can, I have the ability, but it's all to get it together, and I'm just going to keep myself calm and give it my best.
Nothing in it, but eventually on top.
Yeah, thanks. I was able to go out to qualifying behind Wayne and Derek, and fortunately I think that gave me a double toe and gave me the 0.1 that I got on them now.
Final bit of advice there on what to do to make that pole position into super pole position from Tasman Pepper, the first lady to ever put it onto pole position in Super Cup. The fastest dentist in the world, Hannes Skippers, makes his way onto the circuit. He will lead them out. Rory Atkinson will be looking to try and steal the super pole away from Tyler. He was very close, as was Srin Rajpal and Ethan Coetzee. The 4 of them going to battle now to see who can get onto the front row for race number 1 of a 3-race heat here at the first round of Polo Cup. Rajpal has gone incredibly well, but it looks like he's going to move into 2nd place. It's not going to be good enough. It is very close, but unfortunately it is going to go to the Industrial Petroleum's car of Rory Atkinson, who puts it onto Super Pole.
Very, very special. Family's been through a tough week, but that one's for you, Mom.
You can see the emotions run high here in Polo Cup, especially when something like that happens. And we wish the Atkinson family all the very best, and condolences from all of us in motorsport here in South Africa for the loss of Rory's mom. But it's time to go to battle now, and let's see whether Rory can put it into from Super Pole into a possible top finish and maybe onto the top step of the podium by the time we finish up race 1 here of 3 at Killarney International Raceway. Srin Rajpal, what a turnaround here from this young man. Watch out for him as we go on board here for the start. Can he possibly outgun Rory down in towards turn number 1, Holzhoek? They get off the line nicely. It looks like it's going to be, yes, the Dubco car off the line. Wow, Mr. Holiday, you've done an incredible job on this one, D. And it looks like the whole shot goes that way. Rory Atkinson dropping back to about 6th place there, side by side, as they come through turn 1 with the pole man. And it didn't quite go according to plan there for him. But in the background, somebody running off onto the dirt ever so slightly. Watch out for that Killarney exhaust silver bullet coming through as well, rapidly in the hands of Nirav Singh. Nirav Singh having such an incredible start to the season. But how's this championship starting to heat up here big time? Ethan Kutsia in full flight as we go on board with him now, heading down towards the kink. And out of the kink, they head down towards Damsdip. He is all over the back of Srinraj Paul. Looks like Charles Smallberger following suit there onto the back end of that Killarney exhaust car of Singh and trying to bring the Sabertech car into the mix. Look at this as they fan out towards the top end of Sorrel Sweep. Coming out of Sorrel Sweep, there are literally 10 cars that could possibly win this race. That's how tight it is here for race number 1. We're on board with Smallberger as he heads down that back straight away and looking for a chance possibly to get on the brakes and up the inside. Remember, there's a bank corner, so there's a lot of place to play. Further back, it's a fantastic start there from John Kruger. John Kruger hangs on to the lead of the Masters, and it looks like it might be Derek Smallberger who's in 2nd place. Yes, it is. Wayne Masters down in 3rd. So the man who won the championship last year is down in 3rd place at the moment, fighting with the usual contenders. And have a look at where that paybar car is. Mike Barbaglia has found some serious pace down here in Cape Town and is not too far off those top 3. Elio Mussolini bringing up the tail end of the Masters category as they come down towards Cape Town for the first time. On the inside line, a little bit of a door opening up there from Smallberger's point of view. Remember, have a look at these new cars as well. First time we get to mention that they're in the new version of these Polo Cup GTIs. Little wing on the back, a little modification on the front, and by the time we get to Killarney, a slightly bigger turbo coming along for the ride as well. So we're in for an epic season here for the Astron Energy Polo Cup. Not so much for Lonica Martins. Her debut for Team Red Racing, unfortunately, did not go according to plan. Have a look at this. This is Ethan Kutsia's point of view of the start. And you can see Rory just did not get the start he wanted. He gets eaten up by 1, 2, 3. Ethan goes around him. 4, 5 cars going around him. So not going according to plan there, unfortunately, there for the Industrial Petroleum's car as he drops back into the pack. He's back into the mix, though, as they go down there. It is Ethan Kutsia side by side with Mo Karodia. Look at how tight it is between these two. And Mo Karodia just trying to squeeze through and find a way past. Can't quite get there on Kutsia. Shrin Rajpal is hanging on for dear life. And whatever they did down at Works Motorsport, it is working. That is for sure. Little touch in the back here as well. That's Kutsia trying to squeeze out the leader. Can he find a way through? They are side by side. Shrin Rajpal open up the door. Will Kutsia get through? He's trying. He's got through. Ethan Kutsia has hit the front. So Ethan Kutsia now gets ahead. And I think Mo Karodia might have tucked in behind him and is going to go with him. No, not quite yet. But he's right there. It's almost a trailer on the back end of that first of the Lee Thompson racing machines in the hands of Kutsia. And on the high side of Sorrel Sweep, that's not where you want to be. Rajpal might lose some ground there. Won't get the same kind of drive as what Mo Karodia is going to do. And Karodia is going to try and use his teammate for a bit of a slingshot. It's shake and bake time, looks like it there between. Oh, and they are touching down the back straightaway at almost 200 k's an hour. Rajpal loses out. Atkinson comes up his inside, looks for a way through. Can he find it? No, he can't. He's going to have to be late on the brakes. But how's that dive on the inside there from the doctor? Wow, Hunter Skipper's out of nowhere. Skipper's diving through on the inside of turn 5 and getting up to 3rd place. This is incredible stuff, and you can see the Lee Thompson boys are happy about the pack that are fighting at the front end. We are watching this all the way down towards turn 1 again. This is going to be epic, epic finishing stuff here between them. And what a run to the line. Ethan Kutsia happy, Mo Karodia happy. Maybe not so much there for Bjorn Berthold, who just got put into the Kinderlitzer in the closing stages. In the Masters category, looks like it's going to be Masters here. Is he going to hang on? No, John Kruger's going to win out. And the Sabertech car coming through there of Derek Smallberger for 2nd place. Masters will come through for 3rd. To have a look at those official results there for race 1, Kutsia, Karodia and Skippers beating Robinson, Rajpal and Fisser for the top 6. In the Masters category, lucky number 13 for John Kruger, Derek Smallberg 2nd and Wayne Masters in 3rd place. A little bit of work to do for a couple of the youngsters who have joined us for the very first time. Let's see what happens in race number 2. But let's catch up with your winner, Ethan Kutsia.
You know, it is that confidence boost. We've been struggling the whole weekend during quali, during practice, just 6th, 5th. So it feels really good to have won the race from 5th, and it's a good way to start the season and a good trajectory to win the championship.
Heading into race 2 now for the Astron Energy Polo Cup. We've seen a win go to Ethan Kutsia. He's going to have a tough task of it to try and hang on for 3 wins in a row here. Not a lot of people have done 3 wins out of 3 starts when we do run the 3-race format. And Ethan Gutierrez, after that win, was certainly fired up. Charles Smallberger was in the mix as well. And let's have a look and see what's going to happen here from Smallberger or Ethan Gutierrez's point of view. We're on board with the doctor, Hannes Skippers, who's on the front row for the first time this year. And I think that's the first time in his career. He goes side by side and already forced out by Mo Kurodia as they head down towards turn 1. Kurodia squeezing through there for Fast 5 Motorsport and Lee Thompson Racing. But this time, Rory Atkinson gets it all right. Look at how sideways Hannes Skippers was coming into turn 1 there. Got the back end stepped out. That's not what you want to do in a polo on the first lap. Wayne Masters looks like he's taken the lead after having a pole position given to him for race number 2. He's now got some pressure coming from Smallberger. John Kruger's dropped back to 3rd, so it's kind of a reversal of the roles there between 1 and 3, but the 2 spot in the Masters stays the same with the Sabertech car. Down towards turn 5 they come, spreading out. Tyler Robinson trying to find a way through and follow her new teammate Carl Visser there, all part of Team Red Racing stable now as they come out of Astron Energy and now heading up into, of course, the little short straight that goes towards the checkered flag later on in the race. But there's a long way still to go. There's lots of race action coming away. 8 lappers, 3 of them here for the opening round of Astron Energy Polo Cup 2025. Lee Thompson Racing 2 and 3 at the moment, but it is all about Rory Atkinson. How's this little battle that's starting to heat up here? Tyler Robinson just waiting to pick up the pieces as Carl Visser goes side by side with the doctor from Dane Fern Dental Services. You can see just how hard they're having to work there. And once again, that's another car being prepped there by the Works Motorsport team. A great job there we saw from Shin Rajpal's point of view. This time we're watching how well the doctor's going. And Hannes Skippers is in the thick of it big time as we went aerial material down into turn 2. I mentioned the payback car. What a good drive here from Mike Barbaglia. Looking for a top 4 finish overall so far for the day. He's finished in 4th place in the first one. He's currently in 4th place in the second one. Just behind him, watching out for the likes of Roberto Franco, who's come from Super Cup and joined the Masters category for the very first time. He's got Gavin Ross, also a rookie to the Masters category, but certainly not a rookie to front-wheel drive racing, as is this man, Wayne Masters, as we go on board with him down the back straight away. Ilya Mussolini at the back end. Of course, Masters in there in the Ferro Energia and Alpha ESS machine now, prepped by Performance Masters and getting away from Smallberger. Starting to close in actually on the back end of the Cup category. That'll be a bit of a concern. Now as they come down there, the second of the paybar cars, of course, is Gavin Ross running some paybar colouring. And under pressure there from Franco. Oh, Roberto Franco with a late dive into Cape Town corner. The GSN car, I think somebody might have run off. Oh, somebody spun. It's Berthold again. Oh, he's having a tough time of it. That's such a pity there for Bjorn. This is a Killarney machine, unfortunately, spinning out down in turn 5. Let's go back to the front, though. We're on board with Ethan Gutierrez now, looking for second place on his teammate, Mo Kurodia. Can he find a way through? I think he's got there. Yes, he has. Kurodia's going to give him a little bit of room. Only a little bit, not a lot. You can see that's how close it is, heading into turn 2 and now out, trying to close down on Rory Atkinson. How awesome would it be if Rory Atkinson got a victory here? Sealing the deal yesterday in the Super Pole and dedicating it to his late mom. And of course, getting a win today would be so super special for the family. I know that he's going to try and hang on to keep these 2 youngsters behind him. Rory, of course, is part of the Cup category, but he's been around in Polo Cup style racing for a long, long time. So he knows exactly how to soak up the kind of pressure that these 2 youngsters can put him under. We go on board with him as they head down towards the final corner. Atkinson looks like he's got it all under control. I don't think there's going to be any problems here whatsoever here for Rory Atkinson as he comes under braking for Cape Town corner. Industrial Petroleum and Haupt Racing in the mix ahead of the 2 Lee Thompson Racing prep cars there of Mo Kurodia and Ethan Gutierrez. Gutierrez ahead of Kurodia. Looks like that's how it's going to be wrapped up here as they come to the line. Yes, indeed. Behind that, it's Hannes Skippers. Carl Visser is just behind him. And Tyler Robinson is going to make it up into the top 6 for the first time. Great effort there as well from the young lady driver and Team Red Racing's top pilot there from the ladies' point of view. Here we're on board with Masters. He did close up onto the back end of some of the Cup category cars, but eventually coming across the line to win out the Masters category for the second race of 3. And let's have a look at those official results. It's Atkinson, Gutierrez, Kurodia, your top 3. Skippers, Visser and Robertson, your top 6. We go down in towards the back end of the field, of 15th place, to see Wayne Masters, who took the win in the Masters category.
That one felt a lot better. Slipstreamed a little bit of a bugger here. The Oaks can't get rid of them, but it was a good race, and yeah, I'm really happy with the results, so focusing on race 3 now.
Race 2 once again to the Masters. That's Wayne Masters, of course.
I had a fantastic start. I managed to stay ahead. That's always my issue, having bad starts. Managed to keep my nose ahead, and then I just drove the wheels off it. And the car was like on rails. It just took off. So yeah, I had a nice lead on my competitors, and it was a great win.
Welcome back to the final bit of action now for race 3 in the Astron Energy Polo Cup. Haven't seen much of that, man. We'll have to keep an eye on what Roshan Goodman can do here in this final race of the day. And there's going to be some certain fireworks expected between the top 6 in this category. So far, we've seen them mixing it up properly. Tyler Robinson's been in the mix, so has Mo Karodia. Ethan Gutsia has taken a victory. He's looking for another one. Can he possibly spoil the day here for Mo Karodia, or Karodia maybe sneak up there and make it 3 winners out of the first 3 starts of the season? He certainly looks fired up enough. He goes into the lead and whole shots, splitting through the top 2 and going into turn 1 in the lead. Atkinson on his tail. So it's Mo Karodia who leads out. Tyler Robinson's up into 3rd place. Srin Rajpal into 4th as they come through turn 1 for the first time. Everybody staying just on, a little bit of running wide there from a couple of cars, and Helio was leading right at the back, watching them all go through. Rajpal under pressure, massive pressure there. Schmalberger coming along for the ride, looking for a door to open up. If there is one, he's going to dive through and make it stick, that is for sure. He's not scared to rub noses and to get in there and fight it out. He's been around for a long time as Charles Schmalberger in the Sabertech car, and the action we're getting from his camera is absolutely brilliant stuff. Further back, looks like it is going to be another battle of the Masters. Roberto Franco fighting it hard there, and it looks like Pierluigi Mussolini's dropped back into the pack there ever so slightly. We're on board here with Wayne Masters looking back at his rivals once again, and could this be 2 out of 3 for Wayne Masters? It looks like it certainly could be the way things go. Mike Babaglia in the mix again, showing us that there's massive improvement coming out of the paybar car there from his point of view. The Masters class just as exciting and probably arguably as close, except they give it a little bit more room than the Cup class do. Speaking of that Cup class, let's go back to the front end. Better start this time from Björn. No, as I say that, commentator's curse. 3 spins out of 3 starts there for Bjorny. BJ just not getting to grips with that car just yet. Stand by though. He is certainly going to be in the mix there. There is no doubt about it. He's shown what he's got in terms of metal in a race car, and now he's got to put it all together. Hopefully by the time we get to Killarney, he would have found whatever issues he's been having. Long and late on the brakes with Charles Schmalberger into turn 1. Can he make it thick? Yes, he can. He hangs in there nicely. Those very worn Dunlop tyres now are going to start to feel the effects of the first 2 races in full force. And of course, it's pretty hot here as well. Even though we're in the late afternoon, temperatures have stayed right in the top end of the 29s and 30 degrees Celsius mark, which means temperatures on track are close to the 35 degree Celsius mark. So it is still hot racing expected here in the last couple of laps for the Astron Energy Polo Cup opening rounds. You can see further back there, that is not where Charles Schmalberger wants to be. And Charles Schmalberger is pushing hard. He's trying to stay ahead of the rest of that pack who are fighting for chances to get into the top 6. Top 6 is where you have to be. You've got to stay out of trouble. If you get into that top 6, you know that you're not going to be in trouble and not having to fend off the intentions coming from all of the other competitors around you. Mo Karodia, since he's at the front, has literally opened up about 2 or 3 car lengths, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to have an answer here for him. He's certainly got late race pace potentially in this final heat of the day, and that might be just perfect for him. Remember, he is fasting at the moment as well, so he's had nothing to eat the entire day. So to give a performance like this at the end of the day is pretty spectacular from the Fast 5 man out of Lee Thompson Racing. Look at that, down the back straight go the Masters, onto the front straight come the Cup class. That's a great shot there from our drone as they head down towards turn number 1 again, starting the closing stages of this incredibly awesome race so far in what we've seen in the first 3 heats of Astron Energy Polo Cup. There you can see, that's the spin earlier on from an aerial material point of view, so we get a little replay of BJ's spin going down into Fastron corner. Well, the Fast 1 heading to Fastron from Fast 5 is Mo Karodia, and what a run he's having. Second place looked like it's in the bag there for, yes, Definitely going to be second place there for the Industrial Petroleum's car of Rory Atkinson. Ethan Katsia's gone missing there on this final lap. It's Tyler Robinson who's moved her way up into third place ahead of Rajpal and his stablemate out of Works Motorsport there, the Doctor. And Hannah Skipper's not too far off the back end, so it's going to be Tyler Robinson who'll have to fight to the line. But Karodia is going to secure his first win of 2025. We've got 3 different winners out of 3 starts here in Cape Town. That is exactly what we wanted. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Mo Karodia for Fast 5 and Lee Thompson Racing taking the victory there in the Cup class. What's going to happen at the front end of the Masters? We're seeing Roberto Franco having a spectacular baptism of fire, but unfortunately no answer here to Masters in race 2 and 3 from any other of the Masters competitors. What are Derek Smallberger, John Kruger, Paybar's Mike Barbaglia and the rest of the Masters going to do about Wayne Masters' dominance? Karodia wins out, Atkinson second, Robinson in third, ahead of Rajpal, Skippers and Katsia. In the Masters category, Masters, Kruger and Smallberger are your top 3. Let's go and catch up now with an ecstatic Mo Karodia, and the first person to acknowledge his win is his beautiful wife.
Thanks to the team, especially to Lee, putting in the time since November with me, and private practices and Wednesday practices. Yeah, it's all thanks to the team, and driving hard day today. First race, second, third race, third, finally third race, I got my win.
Let's have a look at those points now. Mo Karodia is in the lead by 2 points over his teammate Ethan Katsia. Hannah Skipper's up there ahead of Tyler Robinson for your top 4. Masters leads out the Masters category over Kruger and Smallberger. But what a start to the season. I think Mike Rowe and the entire team behind Astron Energy Polo Cup must be pretty ecstatic with how things went today.
Polo Cup had three races today, Rookie Cup 2, and it was absolutely spectacular entertainment. 3 different winners in Polo Cup, which shows that the series is as competitive as it should be. And Rookie Cup, I mean, race 2 was really fantastic, with the drivers really showing experience way beyond their years. So overall, a fantastic day for us at Volkswagen, and we look forward to our next round at Killarney.
All this Astron Energy Polo Cup and Volkswagen Rookie Cup action is proudly brought to you by Astron Energy, Volkswagen Motorsport, Dunlop Tires,